Second leg time, everybody. Hello and welcome here to the second leg of games here for this UEFA Champions League round of 16. I tell you what, it is coming fast, isn't it? It's coming fast when the quarter-final ties will be set. And once you're at the quarter-final stage, by the time you know it, you're going into that final, either in Dublin, either in Athens, either in London, to see who will be the champion of the three domestic European competitions. So that is how quick it is going now. This is how quick the Champions League will get going. So because of that, obviously, this is a Champions League preview show, innit? Let's get underway and let me talk to you about these set of games for part one of the predicting the round of 16 second leg fix. So first of all, we are going to the north of Spain, el Norte de España, for today's game between Real Sociedad and Paris Saint-Germain. And well, the first leg, that proved to be a pivotal tie. I mean, PSG did win the game 2-0. I did predict it to be 1-1. It was a 2-0 win. Following goals there from Kylian Mbappe and the youngster Bradley Barcola, who actually is a very good player if you think of it there, Bradley Barcola, of how he plays. I mean, he did get an assist in the 3-1 win against Lille on the 10th of February. But this is a different team. This is the UEFA Champions League, and Real Sociedad at home are a good team. However, there is a problem, Real Sociedad lately have been really leaky. They've been a leaky team, and you can see that with the results. Out of the 6 games they've played currently, they've only won 1 and lost 5. And ever since the Paris Saint-Germain game, they have lost 3 times, following losses against Villarreal, Sevilla, and the biggie, for my opinion, losing to Mallorca in the Copa del Rey. For me, that was a prime opportunity that you could have faced your Basque rivals, Athletic Bilbao, in the Copa del Rey final, which would have been a fantastic final. But you've got Mallorca now playing against the Athletic Club. And don't mind me, I think that will be a good final in its own right. But I can see Athletic Club or Athletic Bilbao winning the Copa del Rey. I can see Ernesto Valverde coming back to Bilbao and winning his first trophy since the departure of FC Barcelona a couple of years ago. So what do I think with this game? I know this isn't going to go anything about it, but Ligue 1, McDonald's it will be next season. I'm glad Kylian Mbappe's leaving over here to Spain, because if he won, he'd get an unlimited Big Macs for man of the match. Congratulations, here's your Big Mac. But let's forget about League 1 McDonald's. Let's go back there to the Champions League. And you could see Real Sociedad, they haven't been a team, they have been, nor of Paris Saint-Germain. They did draw 0-0 recently to AS Monaco. They did draw 1-1 there to Rennes. So they've been a bit struggling in form. I mean, they will win the title anyway, don't get me wrong. But yeah, they've been struggling a bit. So I think this game will be a tough game, but I can see Paris Saint-Germain winning the game. Real Sociedad have been horrible recently. Absolutely horrible. So because of that 2-0 result, I am going to say PSG will win, again, 2-0. I think it'll be 2-0 win there to Paris Saint-Germain. I think Kylian Mbappe will go in the score sheet. And I'm going to say Warren Zaire-Emery will get a goal to make it 2-0. So for my opinion, this will finish 4-0 on aggregate. Parisians heading off to the quarterfinal stages. Now let's go off to Bavaria. We're going up north now to Munich between FC Bayern München and SC Lazio. And well, what am I going to say about this? I mean, Bayern, ever since they lost to Leverkusen, they've been a shadow of themselves. And if I'm anything, for Thomas Tuchel to save his job, he has to win the Champions League. It's simple. To save his job and to save, Bayern having one of their worst seasons in decades, they have to win the Champions League. Because if you look at it, I'm sorry, Bayern fans, but you're not winning the league this year. You're 10 points behind by Leverkusen. And personally, for me, even if you buy Munich, I think that's a bit too much. I think it is too much. I mean, Manchester United, my club, we're 11 points behind top 4 of Aston Villa. We're not getting that. So if it's anything Bayern, I'm sorry, but I don't think you will win the league this season. So it all comes down to the Champions League. And if there's one team or if there's one country you do not want to face when you are losing, it's an Italian one. And unlucky Bayern, you're playing against an Italian team. You're playing against SSC Lazio. Now, this game for me will either go both ways. I can see Maurizio Sarri, because he's a very clever manager, Sarri. I can see him going for a very defensive lineup to potentially make it 0-0, Lazio go through. Or I can see Bayern Munich scoring for fun, maybe getting 3 or 4 and seeing the Bavarians go through. That is how I can see this. Obviously with Bayern Munich, you've got good players anyway, like Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala, Joshua Kimmich, who can all play there. But same with Lazio, you've got Adam Marusic, you've got Matteo Guendouzi, who's been on fire recently, Felipe Anderson, Ciro Immobile, all of them players, who are very good players there for Lazio. And Lazio, they haven't been in the greatest of forms. I mean, they lost 2-1 to Bologna, 2-1 to Fiorentina, and 1-0 there to AC Milan, thanks to not 1, not 2, but 3 red cards. So, yeah, they are a very passionate team, and that's what you get in Italy. So, if that is the case, how do you think the game will go? I mean, I know I'm going to go really, really boring here, but I can see Bayern Munich advancing. I can still see Bayern Munich advancing to the next round. Even though they haven't been the greatest of teams as they are, I think at home at the Allianz Arena, where they haven't lost in over like 38 games, I think they will be fine. I think they will be okay, Bayern Munich. I mean, potentially this game could go to extra time. I can see it going to extra time this game. But I'm not going to put that. I am going to say it will be 2-0 Bayern Munich. I don't think Lazio I don't think Lazio are a team that goes defensive. They're quite an attacking team. Maurizio Sarri is quite an attacking manager. So I do see them going through an attacking-based team. So I think if they were losing 1-0 to Inter Milan, then it'd be very, very tough for Bayern Munich to win the game. But I think because they're playing against Lazio, I think they will be okay. And I do think Harry Kane, of course, knowing Harry Kane, will get some goals on that score sheet. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying 2-0 Bayern Munich. The Bavarians will be off to the quarterfinals. Who knows? We could have a good run. And the third place we will be heading off to will be Manchester, for the game between Manchester City and FC Copenhagen, or FC Copenhagen. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very short little segment in it. City are going through. Yeah, no words. City going through. Yeah, simple as that. Manchester City, you know they are the best team in the world right now. You know how they play. They play like the best team in the world. And I'm not saying this because they beat my beloved Manchester United. I'm saying this because they are. I mean, they won the Champions League last year in convincing style. They did beat Copenhagen in the group stage 5-0, which doesn't help the Danes' confidence from going to this hell of a place if you're on an opposition team. And it is one hell of a place. It's like City rarely lose. I haven't seen City lose there in ages at the Etihad Stadium. So if that says anything, it says that you're a scary team at home. City are a scary team at home. And Copenhagen, obviously, they did play convincingly well. They did play quite well. Not convincingly well. They did play quite well. They did score a goal to make it 1-1, Magnus Madison. But then they've just been a bit downhill, and ever since that, they did beat Silkeborg 3-0, beat Midtjylland 2-0. But then they did lose to Midtjylland 2-0, which puts them in a bit of a difficult position there for the league title. However, forgetting all that, City will. Yeah, it's hard to not pass City, innit? If Copenhagen win this game, then I need to do a bet. I need to do a ridiculous bet. I really do. But I'm not going to do, for the sake of my own good. But I'm going to say, for this one, it will be Manchester City 4, Copenhagen 0. And that means, for me, it will either be possibly 6-1 to Manchester City on aggregate. I think it will be 6-1. I just think it's hard to not write off Manchester City in it. It's hard to, say Manchester City are a team that will drop any points, because they won't do. They won't be a team that will drop any points or any, positions in the Champions League. Plus, they have a fairly good advantage there going into the second leg. So I'm going to say 4-0 to Manchester City, 6-0, 6-1 on aggregate there to the City. No, hang on. 4-0, 7-1 on aggregate there to Manchester City. It'll be easy there for them lot. And then finally, we are back to this fairly impressive new Santiago Bernabeu, the home of Real Madrid. And yeah, I mean, it's similar there in Manchester City. You shouldn't really bet against Real Madrid going through. But Leipzig did give him a challenge. Leipzig did give them a challenge last time. They had more shots on target, equal possession, 15 shots to 14. Leipzig fans did feel a bit hard done by when they did play against Real Madrid at the Red Bull Arena in Leipzig. But yeah, I mean, Real Madrid, they've been unstoppable, haven't they? Since they beat Girona 4-0, they have been a powerhouse. They have beaten, obviously, Leipzig 1-0, drew 1-0 there to Rayo Vallecano, which was a bit of a surprise. Won 1-0 against Sevilla, and yeah, Valencia was a bit controversial, weren't it? It was a bit controversial there for Real Madrid. Finished 2-2, Bellingham, last-minute winner. It should have been a winner, but well, referee blew the whistle, and then they all revolted. Bellingham had a red card, so I'm not too sure if he will be suitable to play against Leipzig. I think he will be, though. I think he will be. So, yeah, Leipzig's form, however, let's talk about Leipzig. So, ever since that 1-0 loss there to Real Madrid, they did beat Borussia Mönchengladbach 2-0 there at Leipzig. They did also lose 2-1 there to Bayern Munich, where Harry Kane did score. I think he scored 2 that day. And then BFL Bochum, they did the job on them. 4-1 win for Die Roten Bullen. So, there is the case. What am I going to bet? What am I going to say? I mean, the two good teams, but at the Bernabeu, Real Madrid are well a side where they rarely lose. I mean, the home form hasn't been that particularly great. However, they haven't lost a single match at home, Real Madrid. 11 wins, 2 draws, and 0 losses. So they have been a very good team at home, and an unstoppable one, if you think, because Real Madrid tend to make the Bernabeu their own place and their own fighting ground to say, look, you're not getting past us, we play you at the Bernabeu. So, yeah, because we're at the Santiago Bernabeu, I am going to say Real Madrid will win. And I think Real Madrid will win either 2-0 or 3-1. I'm going to say 2-0. I think they will win 2-0 Real Madrid, which will be 3-0 on aggregate. I mean, Leipzig are a team that can easily score a goal. It might be a 3-1 game, I don't know. But I am going to say Real Madrid's defence will make them tired out. And I do think Real Madrid then will go and score 2 goals here at this magnificent Santiago Bernabeu, by the way. So yeah, that is all I'm saying. I will say it will be Real Madrid 2, RB Leipzig 0, 3-1 on aggregate. Los Blancos are heading to the quarterfinals for probably, I don't know, maybe the 5th time. I can't remember. They've been in it for so long. And just like that then, I will get going. So if you do like that video, if you do say something, it really means a lot to me. But you don't have to. As I shall go. See you soon. Stay safe. I'll be talking to you a lot in the next one. Part 2 coming up next week. Remember, do not miss that one. I will go. See you soon. Stay safe. Talking to you then in a while. See ya and bye-bye.